Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Dana, and today we're going to focus on a crowd favorite, the legs and glutes. You will need a Thera-band. If you don't have a Thera-band, all of this can be done without it. I've already looped mine up, pretty small loop. So grab that and we'll start. Put the Thera-band off to the side, beginning at the center of your mat, taking one hand on top of the chest and one hand on top of the belly. Really close the eyes here, soften the knees. And just begin to slow down your breath. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out the mouth. Nice and slow. Really nice breath in, filling the lungs up. And breath out the mouth, feeling the abdomen naturally contract. One more time, breathing in, take your time. Finding the body here on your mat and exhaling out. Good, opening the eyes, bringing your feet underneath you in parallel, big shoulder rolls. Just warm up those shoulders. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your feet a little bit wider than your hips and then externally rotating. So we're starting standing, just warming up a little bit. Externally rotate, not so much that you're like totally splayed out, somewhere in between parallel and a full splay. Take your hands to your hips. Your sitting bones are going to go straight down as you bend those knees. Really come into a nice plie squat. Once you're here, keeping the hands on the hips, making sure those hips don't twist, you're just going to push and pull for 10. Good. And so just finding the feet on the floor, really using the feet to push into, to pull into. Good. Take your time, really just finding the body as we begin to move. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to hold it. Take a nice slow inhale, exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Come a little lower. Inhale, exhale. Last breath. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale. Push straight up, nice and slow. Pause, connect your core. You're going to lift the heels up. Now go slow with this. Come halfway to your max. Hold that. Bend the knees. Good. Lower the heels down. Push straight up. Go slow like you're moving in water, resisting the air. Lift halfway up with the heels. Bending the knees straight down with the sitting bones. Lower the heels, nice and slow. Push straight up. So really working 2 things at once now, our feet and those inner thighs. Of course, the core is just stabilizing us here. It's a nice way to just find those legs before we get into it. Again, really work into the resistance that naturally is there for you in the air. Imagine you're in a pool and you're just elevating your sitting bones down, pushing your heels down, pushing the feet down to lift. One more time. Breathing as you go. Nice and slow. Good. Lower the heels down. Push straight up. Halfway down again. Again, you're going to pulse. This time, if you want to extend the arms, you can. Soften those shoulders. Reach out the fingertips. Spread your feet apart into the mat. 10, 9. Keep lifting the heart. Connect your core. Breathing. Good. 2, 1. Push straight up, lifting the arms into a nice long diagonal, and then release the hands down. Do it again. Reaching up. Inhale. Exhale down. So a little bit of like this like dancer position. Doesn't have to be beautiful. Doesn't matter. You're really just feeling the connections. 3. Reaching up. 2. Good. Reaching up. You got it. Last one. Hold it at the bottom. Reach your arms forward. Reach your arms out. We got 10 pulses and then we're done with this, I promise. Press into your big toes. Lift the heart. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push straight up. Roll those shoulders down the back. Bring your feet back into parallel. Staying in a standing position. So feet are in parallel. Connect to your core. I'm going to come to an angle so you can see me. We're going to slowly bring that right leg back behind us. So enough behind you. You're going to see in a moment. You can kind of decide once you get there. Enough behind you so that you can bend both knees. So I have to come a little bit wider. Good. Tuck the tail under. Imagine that left sitting bone going straight down to the floor. And then we're just going to pulse here. Feeling the hips super square, opening up through that right quad. 3, 2, 1, go slow. You're gonna push into the foot, working with our balance. Bring it up, hold. Slowly reach it back. Just 2 more like this, working into the connections of our legs. 3, 2, 1, press into the floor, reaching that heel into tabletop, knee into tabletop. Good. Do it again. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. You're going to hold it here. Breathe into it. Widen and lift the spine. Good. And lower it down. Other side. Same exact thing. So the first one, you just got to find your stance. Drawing the left leg behind you, bending both knees. Sitting bone, right sitting bone this time, goes straight down. You're going to pulse. Good. You're going to breathe into it. 2, 1. Push into the right foot. Slowly come up to stand, working that balance. And again. Pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go slow. Push into the floor. If you need to bring the foot down for some support, you can. Last one. Warming it up. Tuck the tail. Really get open through that left hip. And slowly push it up. Hold it here. Breathe into your length. Lift your heart. Drawing those hips wide. 2, 1. Lower the foot down. Come to the back of your mat. Good work, you guys. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, slowly nod the chin. Lifting the abdomen up. Soften the knees. Begin to dangle over your legs. Take your time. Spread those feet apart. At the bottom, nodding the head, yes and no. Easy head, easy skull. Really letting there be space at the base of your occiput, base of your head. Here you are, just letting it be easy. 1 more breath. Take your time. Good. Bend your knees even more. Spread your hands on the mat. Good. Walk yourself out into a plank. Go slow with me. 1, 2, 3, spread your hands apart, soften the elbows, reach out your heels, lift your heart. We got 5, soften the elbows, really connect into the core. Use your breath, really, really nice breath here. Inhale in through the nose, exhale out the mouth, push it out. 2 more. Reach out those heels. Last one. 1 knee at a time comes down. Find your child's pose. Beautiful work. Butt goes back to your heels. Reach your arms long. Take a little rock side to side. Take a breath. Breathing into the back of your ribs. Big inhale, big exhale. 1 more breath. Good. And then coming up to hands and knees. Taking your time. Again, just really moving with consciousness and control. Soften the elbows. Lift your heart. Feel the rib cage connect. Beautiful. Tuck your right toes under. You're going to slide the right toes back on the mat. Okay? So as you get there, notice that your hips are not twisted. They're still square. Soften the elbows. And then you're going to slowly lift that right leg up. Now, it's not from your lower back. See what happens if you squeeze your right butt cheek so much that you lift up. Hold it there. You're going to pulse for 10. 9, reach out the toes, soften those elbows, lifting the heart forward, the skull away from the toes. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, little circles. Imagine you're drawing inside of a teacup. Really, really small circles. With control, lift that belly. 3, 2, get longer. 1, pause. Good, reverse. See what happens if you really lengthen even longer out the head. Looking at the mat in front of you, not straining at the neck. And 1, reach the leg even longer, and then bend the knee right back in, other side. Moving quickly with this one. Softening the elbows, connecting the rib cage, feeling the heart, lifting to the front of the mat. Push into your right shin. Slide the left toes back. Hips are still square. Really push into that right shin. I promise it helps. Slowly lift the left leg up. Again, it's not from your back, it's from your left butt cheek. Little pulsing. See what happens if you lengthen through the heart even more to the front of the mat. You can always look down at the hips, making sure that they look pretty square. 5, 4, you got it. Keep breathing. 2, 1, hold it there. Little circles, imagining you're drawing little circles in the inside of a teacup. Feel those elbows soft. And the length from the head to the toes. 2, 1, reverse your circle. Be honest with yourself. Are you breathing? Keep that breath moving. Good. 2 and 1. Lowering that leg down and coming all the way down to your elbows. So we're really hitting those glutes right away. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. Palms press down so the triceps really engage. Shoulders are drawing wide, not down the back, not to the ears, somewhere in between. Now from here, easy to let the organs just fall to the floor. How do you hug the belly around you? Keeping everything nice and connected, and then pause. Inhale. Exhale, same thing. Push into the left shin. Draw the right leg back. Take a moment. Lengthen the heart. Exhale, lift the right leg up. Squeeze your right glute like you're pushing a weight away. Once you're there, you're going to externally rotate the leg so the toes go a little bit out. Open the leg a little bit to the right, and then you're going to tap down. Exhale, lift, and squeeze your right glute. So here, the leg is going towards the diagonal of your mat. You can look down, make sure that leg is doing what you want it to do. And you're squeezing as you lift. That's the important moment where you get that right glute max. Breathe into it for 5. Keep lifting that heart. Shoulders are broad. Good work, you guys. Connect your ribs. Good. 2. You got it. Last one. Reach the leg up. Bring it back to parallel. Flex that right foot. Little lower, little lift up. Now the up is important. You squeeze the glute, 100% squeeze. Lower down, 100% effort as you squeeze up. Yes. So you kick the heel to the sky, but you're really focusing on that right butt cheek, activating as much as it can, like 100% activation here. You got it. 4. Really fatiguing out that right glute. Breathing. 2. Good. Last one. Hold it there. You got it. Pulse. 10, 9, 8. Connect your core. Lift the heart. Keep that shoulder, both shoulders wide. Good. 2, 1. Lower the knee down. Find your child's pose before we switch. Both toes come together. The knees come apart. You're reaching forward. Rocking side to side. Really noticing how the spine feels even after the first part of class here. Just taking some inventory. Big inhales and big exhales. One more breath. Easy through those hips. Good. Coming on up. I'm going to switch sides. You stay exactly where you are. Come onto your elbows. Take your time. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Press into the palms. Activate your triceps. Connect your core so you're not rounding in the back. You're not arching. See what happens if you really push into your right shin, and then you're going to extend the left toes back on the mat behind you. Connect your core. So slowly, as if you're pushing a weight away, you're going to lift that left leg up. Activate the glute. Slightly externally rotate the leg. Reach it to a diagonal towards the end of your mat. Lower down. Exhale, lift up. Squeeze. 100% squeeze. Good. For 10. Keep lifting the heart. Notice what you're doing with those hands. Really feel those hands pressing into the mat. Finding your full activation. You can always look down. Make sure that leg is doing exactly what you want it to do. Sometimes it does something different. Good. Breathing. 3 more. Squeezing at the top. Really activate that left glute. If your left glute doesn't feel like it's working, take your leg down, give it a little tap, and try again. Last one. Lift it up. Find parallel. Flex the foot. Bend the knee. So now a little kick. You're going to kick the heel to the sky. You're going to really squeeze your left butt cheek. Lower down. Slow with control. Squeeze. 100% effort. This one is so important that our back is stable. And so we're not over mobilizing our spine to do the work. We want to really work those glutes. That's why we're here. Keep breathing. Keep the ribs connected. You got 5 more. Take your time. And this one, you really flex the foot. Energetic foot here. Good. 3. Lifting the heart. Make sure those shoulders don't crunch to the ears. 2. Keep breathing. Good work, you guys. Last one. You know what's coming. Hold. You're going to do tiny pulses. 10, 9. Keep connecting to your ribs. Breathe. Feel the core supporting this active left glute. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing in the knee down, coming onto your right side body. We're hitting it all. Coming onto your right side body, you can bend the elbow. You're going to grab your Thera-band. I didn't forget. If you don't have it, no worries. You're going to swing your legs into the Thera-band. Bring it right above the knees. And then you're going to just come to your side. Soften the head onto the hands, or maybe you have a brick for your head, and that's just as good, maybe better. You're going to lift up those right ribs off of the mat, flexing your feet. Shins are parallel to the front of the mat. Good. Take an inhale. On your exhale, flex the left foot. Find some real resistance into the band. Pause there. Lift up, squeeze, lower down for 10. As you move into these, you can close the eyes. I want you to keep focusing on the length of your spine. You can even take your left hand to your hip so that the hip doesn't collapse in. We're really staying super stacked up. Beautiful. 3. Keep breathing. 2. Last 1. Come back to that hover. Good. You're going to reach the leg. Reach it long. Find the resistance. Bend it in. Find the resistance. So as you reach long, you're pushing away into your band if you have it. And then as you bend in, you're feeling that internal resistance in the center. So if you don't have the band, just as good. Imagine you have the band. You're still working with resistance into the air, against gravity. Good. 2, widening that left sitting bone as you come in. Beautiful. Last one. Good. Lower the leg down. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Heels come up together. So both heels come up together. Take a pause. Really connect into center body. Push your heels together. Flex your feet. Push into that band. Lower it down. You know these ones. Clamshells. They're a classic. But you know what? They work. We're really focusing on that left glute contracting. For 5. Go slow. Keep pushing that right heel into the left heel. Good. Keep breathing. Right ribs are still lifted off the mat. 2. You got it. Last one. Hold it. Little pulses. 6, 5, 4. Close those eyes. Keep breathing. Good. 1. Lower it down. Tap out your glute. Lift it up. Other side. Beautiful work. Keep the band where it is. No need to take it off. Stacking yourself up so your knees are stacked, your hips are stacked, your head rests either on your brick or your hands. Bend the knees, shins are parallel to the front of the mat. Take a pause, connect, lifting the left ribs off the mat. Right hand can come to the right hip for some just proprioceptive information. You can feel if the hip's moving. Take an inhale, flex the feet. Exhale, right leg comes up. Hold, core engages, press, and lower. So without the band, this is still a great exercise. I love doing this without resistance as well. You're working on glute med here, so as you lift, you're squeezing. No matter what, you're working on core support so that we really, as much as we can, isolate the glute. We can never fully isolate, and that's okay, but we're just bringing all of our attention to our glute medius. You can, if you don't feel it, you can give it a nice tap like we did on our hands and knees, on our elbows. 2. Good. Last one. Keep the leg lifted. Now find resistance as you extend the leg long. Push into the Thera-band. And then bend the knee. Keep your hips super square as the knee comes in. You can look down at the hips, look at the legs. Make sure they don't twist as you pull in. Good. You got 6 more. Move slowly with control. And as you do this exercise, same thing. If you don't have the Thera-band, just go slow. Work against your own resistance. I promise it's almost as good, maybe just as good, maybe better. Sometimes we do even better work without the prop. But I like the prop here. It gives us an extra burn. Go ahead, last 2. Reaching long. Last one, you guys. You got it. Good. Lower the leg down. If you want to tap it out, you can. Go at your own pace. We're going to move. So now heels lift up. Coming into our external rotation, flex the feet. You're going to externally rotate, push into the band, lower it down for 10. Now move with control. If it doesn't go high, So fine. Really, don't go beyond your range. So keep the core tight. You don't have to over squeeze the core, but it is supporting you here. Focusing on that outer glute. You feel it. I don't have to tell you. Good. For 4. Close the eyes. Really tap into your breath. Good. Last one. You're going to hold it at the top, pulsing for 10, 9, 8. Close those eyes. Really breathe. I know. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Give a nice tap to that glute. We did it. Good work. Take the band away. Coming up to sit. 2 options here for a stretch before we end. Option 1, if you feel comfortable, come up so that your legs cross. I think it's called fire log in yoga. You're going to cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Flex your foot, protect your knees. And then if you have something to put in between, probably bigger than this, like a pillow, you want to just like prop the leg up as much as it needs. If it feels okay to let the leg go, just be cautious of the knees here. Take your hands to your sides, lift yourself up. Other option is to come to your back into figure 4 stretch. This is also a really great option. Taking your hands around that right thigh, flexing the left foot to protect the knees. Wherever you are, I want you to stay for 2 more breaths. If you're in fire log position and you feel like I want some more, begin to hinge your body on a diagonal. So you're not rounding in the back, you're really lifting the heart and finding a nice stretch here through the outer glute. You're gonna feel it wherever you are, breathe. Good. Taking that moment just to feel openness in the back line of the body, the outer glutes. Coming all the way up. Switching sides wherever you are. So if you're in fire log, extending and bringing that right ankle on top of the left knee, flexing the foot, drawing the knee on top of the bottom ankle. So if you're not in that position, you're in figure 4, right ankle over left knee. Either one, really good. Take your time wherever you are, lift your heart up, close your eyes if that feels good, and then hinging forward if you want a little bit extra stretch. We're gonna stay here for 3 more breaths. And so important just to slow down the breath, connecting into the body, connecting into your space. 1 more breath. Good, wherever you are, take your time. You're gonna come up to sit. So either you just cross those legs or you sit up on your bolster or your brick, wherever you are, find a seated position that feels good. Closing the eyes, taking 1 hand on top of chest, 1 hand on top of belly like we started. And just noticing all of that activation through the legs, through the core, and how that assists you in your spacious length, in the length that you have here in a seated position. You're not rolling back, you're not rolling forward. You're really beautifully on top of yourself. Noticing it, taking another breath into your hands. Breathing in that space. Good, opening the eyes when you're ready. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you next time.